So today we're diving into Costa Rica. But we're not just talking about beautiful beaches and rainforests. We're looking at how this small country might just be building a fascinating blueprint for the future, a way of life that blends ancient wisdom with brand new technology. It's a really unique story.
Okay, let me just start by asking you this. We're all kind of taught that success is about piling up wealth, right? But what if the real measure of a good life isn't about what you have in the bank, but how you live day to day? That's the huge mind shift at the very heart of what's happening in Costa Rica.
And that whole idea, that shift, it really begins with a concept that is woven into the very fabric of Costa Rican culture. You'll hear this phrase everywhere, but believe me, it is so much more than just words.
It's pura vida. Yeah, literally, it means pure life or simple life, but that doesn't quite capture it. Think of it as a national mindset. It's about embracing simplicity, finding real joy in the small stuff, and living in sync with the natural world. It's about letting go of all that unnecessary stress and just focusing on what actually makes life good.
And this isn't just some nice, fluffy idea. It gets real, measurable results. I mean, look at this. Costa Rica is consistently at the top of the Happy Planet Index. What does that mean? It means they have figured out how to give their people long, happy lives, all while having an environmental footprint that's just a third of the size of the USA's. That's a huge deal. It's living proof of sustainable well-being.
And this didn't happen by accident. Not at all. It's the result of some really bold choices they made decades ago. Think about it. Back in 1949, they got rid of their army completely. And all that money, it went straight into education, healthcare, and pensions. Today, the country runs almost entirely on renewable energy, and they even have peace with nature written right into their constitution. This deep, long-term commitment to people and the planet sets the stage for everything else.
Okay, so let's peel back another layer here. This national focus on well-being isn't just about modern policies. It's built on a foundation of really ancient wisdom, and you can see it most clearly in these little pockets of the country that hold the secrets to a long, healthy life.
We're heading to the Nicoya Peninsula. This place is one of only 5 blue zones on the entire planet. And if you don't know, blue zones are these rare spots where people live unusually long lives. We're talking well into their 90s, even past 100, and they're still active and full of life. So what on earth is their secret?
Well, researchers have found a few key things. First, they have a plan de vida, a strong sense of purpose that gets them up in the morning. Even the water they drink is special. It's naturally high in calcium, which is great for their bones and hearts. But maybe the most important thing is their focus on family and community. These centenarians live with their families, they feel needed, they feel supported. It's all connected to these deep indigenous traditions that are just naturally low stress.
And get this, their diet is a huge piece of the puzzle. This quote says it all. A simple, traditional diet of fortified maize and beans, staples of the indigenous Chortica people, might just be the single best nutritional recipe for a long life that humanity has ever discovered. It's incredible, right? It just shows the power of sticking to your roots. Okay, so we've got this amazing foundation, the Pura Vida mindset, and this deep, ancient wisdom. But now, let's fast forward to today, because this very special environment is drawing in a whole new crowd. A wave of people from all over the world who are searching for something deeper.
You see, there's this new kind of global migration happening. People are realizing that a big paycheck isn't everything. They're actively looking for a life that aligns with their values. Happiness, freedom, a real sense of fulfillment. And for a lot of these modern-day seekers, Costa Rica is becoming the destination.
For many of these people, the journey they're on is an internal one. And for some, that path involves working with plant medicines like ayahuasca. In Costa Rica's kind of gray legal area, it's become this powerful tool for people who are serious about healing and self-discovery, a way to connect with themselves on a much deeper level.
So you've got this fascinating mix of ancient wisdom and a modern quest for consciousness. But this is where the story takes a really unexpected twist. This search for a higher consciousness is now colliding with a very modern and, for a lot of people, a very surprising technology. And boom, here it is. This is the moment everything changes. One of the co-founders of a project called Bitcoin Jungle, Richard, is in an ayahuasca ceremony. And right there, in the middle of the jungle, it all just clicks. All his ideas about spirituality and all his ideas about Bitcoin suddenly connect into one big vision. And that vision gives birth to Bitcoin Jungle. It's a grassroots community project in a part of Costa Rica they call the Golden Triangle. And what are they doing? They're building a totally self-sustaining circular economy powered by Bitcoin's Lightning Network, which allows for super fast, super cheap transactions.
So what does that really mean? Let's just break it down. The old way of doing things is what you see on the left. You take, you make, you waste. The whole point is just to accumulate wealth, and it's all controlled from the top down. The new model they're building is completely different. It's regenerative, it's circular, it's focused on well-being for everyone, and it's built by the community from the ground up. It's a total flip of the script. And it's so important to get the why behind this. As Govinda from the Bitcoin Jungle team puts it, this is not about getting rich. The whole energy is different because it's a nonprofit. They're not doing it for the money. They're doing it because they truly believe in the power of Bitcoin and they truly believe in the spirit of Costa Rica.
So what happens when you take all these different threads, the ancient Pura Vida philosophy, the modern search for consciousness, and this cutting-edge crypto technology, and you weave them all together? What do you get? Well, you get this, a truly incredible synthesis. Right there, in the jungles of Costa Rica, you have this amazing experiment where deep, timeless wisdom is meeting the most modern tools of our digital age.
And what's really wild is how well the values line up. You've got the traditional Costa Rican culture and this new tech community, and they both care deeply about the same things like personal sovereignty and decentralized communities, a real connection to nature and to each other, a shared goal of personal growth and raising consciousness, and a desire for freedom from old, broken financial systems. It's an amazing overlap.
This quote from Richard just nails it perfectly. He says it's a fusion of their spiritual quest, a new way of living, and a technology that actually makes it possible. He believes you can't truly raise human consciousness until you free up the way we all handle money, the way we store and exchange value.
And so that leaves us with this one big final thought to chew on. What if a society's main goal wasn't just piling up wealth, but creating genuine well-being for its people and the planet? If that were the goal, could this crazy fusion of ancient wisdom and modern tech, could that actually be the way forward? Costa Rica might not have all the answers, but man, it's sure pointing in a fascinating direction.